Oh, here. And the cable is a little recorder.
Oh yeah, that little guy.
I mean, yeah, without a little tripod, it's not of much use.
Yeah,
But you could use it for
I have a little
video
tripod.
interviews. Oh.
It's gonna be Give It That Governance.
Yeah. We are streaming already.
Nice. Well, I think we're doing it at common time. Like, everyone in the world is awake. Hey, Wojtek.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You know, same old, same old. Just enjoying Thailand. Spamming our Slack.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's like a DDoS. Same, but different.
In what form of shed are you? That looks like half-built something behind you.
Yeah, that's the sad end. You should see the good end. It's pretty nice.
We need an engineer for anything, it seems.
We got a nice pool. Got a little villa. It's much nicer in the day. Now I need to find headphones.
Oh, should I find like this? Easy thing.
Oh yeah.
Do you have tape?
I do, but not on me. I have some black tape upstairs. We'll have to play the muting game. Not very many people here today.
Yeah. Can you guys help me real quick? Put up the flag.
Hey. Well, I think it's time to start the show, so just like. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Griff.
Yeah.
4 in the morning.
Here we go. Oz, now they're coming. They're coming. Hey, Oz. Well, you guys ready to do our little what did you do this week? Can you hear me?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Who wants to start?
I don't
I
want to
can
start.
start.
Okay, Wojtek's on it.
I can start. So I've been writing wiki, about to hit publish, hopefully very soon. I've been reviewing some code, talking to Satya a lot about the DApp, and I've organized 2 meetups that I'm going to. The one is the main one is in Germany, in Berlin, and they waived $1,000 tickets for us. So this is huge. Chris, because he didn't want to go first.
Okay, no problem. Now I'm kind of ready. So what did I do? This week I dished out points to extra status contributors, to Jen and I think some other people, and I read them, of course. I reorganized the wiki, made a proposal for this, which I discussed with Cleo, Griff, and Kai separately and adapted. So I'm going to start working on this tomorrow normally. I made a proposal for the team page, which I discussed with Kai and which I will now log. So if you haven't added your info on document, I'll share it again just as a reminder so that we have all your info. I reviewed the donate page that Kai made and logged some little extra details to be changed. There were lots of new proposals and tasks in the communications meeting, which we held before yesterday, and I will be sharing some tasks for contributors from this as well. I created the Scaling Now Reddit posts and shared them on social media with the input of Griff. What else? Oh yeah, I reviewed the video in a call with Joanna after I gave written feedback last week. So she's working on a new version. I wrote a briefing for production material, and then many other little tasks, getting our hourly rates set up with Cleo and Yealer, discuss a collaboration, what we're going to do with some of the tasks they have taken up. And I traveled back to Belgium, where I just now arrived with a little bit of a jet lag. So a lot that happened, and I give it to Alex.
Hello. I've been helping Kai with getting the Mary Merkel thing up and running, and then organizing and starting to chase some people. Well, I should say unicorns for getting milestones approved, and so I think that's it for this week. Pass it off to Oz.
Hey guys. So yeah, just here hanging out in Barcelona doing the Argon audit specifically. So not really directly doing stuff for Giveth, but learning a lot from this amazing code base that maybe could be applied to Giveth, or is definitely educating me, and I think inspiring RJ and other folks. And that's it for me. Is that everyone? Kai, did you go?
We got him.
I pass it to Kai.
Thank you. So I can move this.
Yeah.
So wow, I can't believe it's I'm here 1 week now. Crazy. There's been so much going on. Yeah, we the Mary Merkel thing is not up and running. We tried to get it up and running, still not up and running, but soonish, I hope. I deployed a multisig for the scaling now thing. I got together with Lumio, and we now have the gold membership in Lumio, and we talked to them. It was very nice. We also had a meeting with Michael from the P2P Foundation. It was very cool. I talked lots with the team about teal organization and stuff. Yeah. I don't want to hold up. Thanks. That's everybody? RJ? Or Satya?
Hey. Hello. Yeah, I joined a little late. So I've been doing another meetup this Monday, this Monday. There was RSK was having a meetup, and Gifford was also invited to present there, so that was very nice. And the rest of the week I spent on finishing the milestones, itemizing milestones, and also integrating Ether to fiat conversion. And that is actually delivered today. And I hope that we're going to deploy it to, what is the server again? Well, test server for testing. And then, of course, there are no bugs. So it should be should be deployed tomorrow. Not kidding. Probably next week somewhere. And then finally we have a common
birthday. Now he's going to blow the candle up over the show.
Yeah.
Sorry about this random interruption, guys.
Just a moment, okay?
I was done anyway, so let's celebrate your birthday.
It's gonna take more. It's not gonna take.
Should we sing Happy Birthday, Oz? Seems like a friend era.
Yeah!
Happy birthday to you.
Sorry for interruption.
A beautiful surprise from Adria.
Yeah, who else is hearing you?
Okay. Okay, well, I can go. So lots of scaling now stuff, scheduling interviews, and trying to figure out what's going to happen for the conference, and organizing all of the. I did 2 videos. I'm doing a video tomorrow morning, and I did one yesterday. And I'm trying to get a bunch of other ones scheduled. Working on my EdCon talk and what we want to do with that. Coordinating with P2P Foundation and trying to get set up with Kenya. They seem to be dodging my phone calls all of a sudden. Damn it. Working with a little bit on the audit, but very lightly. And just organizing Thailand and I don't know, a bunch of stuff. Training my new boss and working with Cleo on pushing some Medium posts. One of them's for the White Hats, actually. And pretty much it. Just lots of random talking with random people on YouTube, too. So how about Arthur?
So yeah, I'm most of the past week spent on the audit and then travel time. Going forward, it looks like Bright ID is going to be the biggest and most active project for social coding initially, at least. So trying to get people to do stuff for that. The Wacany stuff looks like it's going forward as well. More stuff with the getting the payments through.
that system seems to be pretty streamlined. So I'm hoping that I won't really have to put much effort into that in the future. That's basically it. Anybody still have to go?
No, I think that's everyone. Griff, you're muted.
I saw Edu and Lansky pop in if they want to say what they're up to.
Sorry, I muted too. Yes, well, this week I've been working on the DPS. I continue the project. I think I am close to have something to show to the people. It's useful and close to that. And I've been working on the DApp installed from Givet, having in mind using on the DPS too. So this is my work this week. I have a lot of time working on the DPS. For now, it's my first project, so I have a lot of new features on that. It's cool. Yeah, I don't know who is the next one.
Lansky.
Hey, so haven't done really, like, I've met you guys this weekend. That was awesome. And then I've been trying to research a bit into how Givet can help corporations like mine, and I've been trying to sell that internally. It's received mixed opinions so far, but the change is slow, and let's see what will happen.
Cool. So I think that's everyone. So we'll do a quick check-in, and logistically, just so you know, Lansky, you have to, since this is your first governance meeting, you kind of just have to, what we call toggle off. You get to you have to watch the first round so that you know how it works, and then you can participate in the ones after this. So also on the logistics, since I'm there, I think this will be the last time, I'm pretty sure this is the last time that we will be able to popcorn agenda items. Otherwise, they have to have been announced on the Loomio 12 hours in advance. But for this one, we still can just, because we just got the Loomio set up, can still just popcorn any agenda topics. So let's do check-in. I'll start. I am going to toggle on. I am definitely not distracted, actually, because Arthur's taking notes. Hero, and my intention is to just propose a campaign, the Scaling Now campaign. But other than that, a fast meeting. How about Edu?
Well, I'm not distracted too. My intention is listen your proposal about the Scaling Now milestone, because I like the project. I like Scaling Now, so I want to hear you. So next one, maybe Oz.
Hey, yeah, I'm excited. Not really sure. I think we might have to take off in 30 minutes just to go to a meetup here. So a little distracted by that, and that's it. Let me pass it on to Alex.
Hi guys, I'm not distracted, and I'm here to participate when needed. Pretty excited about this meeting. Let's do it right, and look forward to Loomio. I'll pass it on to Chris.
Yeah, I'm a bit distracted because people think that it's 6 o'clock here, but they're wrong because it's midnight. And my intention is just indeed to have an efficient meeting, and I do hope someone will propose to use Loomio so that it can be passed in the governance meeting to not do popcorn agenda items anymore in the future, because I think it's a good idea to pass this. And I give it to Kai. You're muted, Kai.
Or your sound doesn't work at all.
Or Wojtek maybe first, or
All right, I'll go first. Yeah, I'm not distracted. I'm excited for the meeting. I just want to say, Chris, that we've already passed that proposal, I think, last time. And yeah, I want to talk a little bit about AdCon. Do we try Kai now?
Use my
okay,
mic.
Whoever.
That's okay. Yeah. I'm slightly distracted by this thing here. I will help Kwasi with the notes, and I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say and try to fix my audio setup on this side. Guys, Satya.
Not distracted, no intentions. Who hasn't gone? Wojtek.
I already did. Who didn't go?
Lansky.
Yeah.
Who?
Lansky and Edu.
Lansky. Edu.
No, I am speaking.
Yeah,
Oh.
anyway. It's just me and Lansky.
Toggling
Lansky.
and learning.
Nice. And Quasia?
So I'm distracted by, apparently, we're leaving soon, so that's kind of a distraction. If it's possible, if I have to duck out, it would be great if somebody could step in on notes. Other than that, no distractions, and my main intention is to see if we get any sort of time savings from the fact that some of our governance was preloaded. And I believe that's it for check-ins. So what's on the agenda?
Scaling now.
AdCon.
Any other agenda topics? 3 words?
Meeting structure and RSK.
Does it work now? Lumio, no popcorn meetings. Agenda item.
Clarification, is meeting structure and Lumio no popcorn the same agenda item?
Doesn't sound like it. Any other agenda topics? Okay, I'll start with scaling now. So I'm pretty stoked to do a semi-internal, semi-external campaign. Actually, it's very much external because as I posted in Lumio, which you should be able to check out, Kai created a multi-sig for scaling now. So it has 3 members from Web3 Foundation, 3 members from Giveth, and I'm hoping to hear feedback from Arthur that it'll be easy enough to separate the payments so that Scaling Now campaign agenda topic or milestones can get paid from this milestone to the multi-send, and it won't be too complicated. But other than that, I'm hoping that can be the first campaign we add on, and if this goes well, I propose that I make the campaign tomorrow. Any clarifying questions? Okay. Reaction.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Clarifying question. Have you, in your proposal, also for Lumio things, in your proposal is the idea that you already react then to Lumio reactions, or do we repeat it then now? These reactions.
Does that have to do with Scaling Now?
Yes.
I guess I'm not. Oh yeah. Still play in Lumio if you want to react to Lumio, you can.
No, it's okay. I'll react it a bit. Yeah.
Okay. Reactions? Quasi.
Yes. Oh yeah. Whatever.
It would be fairly trivial to separate those out, so that's something we can do.
When you're done, pick someone else.
I will. Can you?
So the proposal is I make a campaign for Scaling Now, and it is separate from Giveth.
Right. What I'm saying is, if you want to do the payments from a different multi-sig, that's a trivial thing. So that's fine with me. That's my reaction. And overall, I think the proposal is fine. I'll pass it off to Wojtek.
Yeah, so I mean, I've read it on Lumio. There, it was a little bit more detailed. In general, I don't have a problem with that. It's basically just creating a campaign, which is sort of separate to Giveth on the dApp. And I go with Oz.
Yeah, sounds great to me. Passing it on to Alex.
Alex, your internet isn't working or something.
Let's pass it on to Kai.
Yeah, so this seems exactly like that's why Lumio is so great. It's perfect on Lumio. I like the proposal and say yes and give it to who has not gone. Edu. Please.
Well, I love Scaling Now AIM. I love the videos. I love the project. So for me, it's complete agree with the proposal. So, wow. Next one, I don't know if anyone don't speak. Satya?
Satya.
Yeah, Satya.
Yeah, I'm fine with the proposal.
Chris.
Okay. Yes. So what I wanted to say there just before, I'm fine with the proposal too. But what I wrote on Lumio as a comment or as a question is, it makes sense for me to do the administration on it, as long as it is not used at this point to actually invite people on there to donate directly on the platform, because we're not entirely ready for that just yet. So that was what I meant with I put this in the Lumio as a reaction. So maybe it's an idea that we already incorporate feedback to the questions in the proposal in the meeting. That's what I meant with my clarifying point. That makes sense. And I pass, but in any case, doing it makes sense. And I think everyone went. Alex, maybe if you have a better connection.
Oh, were you not able to hear me?
No.
Okay. I'm fine with that. It should be separate as it's collaboration with people as well. So let's do it.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't see your a thing until just now. And yeah, I agree. It is just a way to organize fundraising and not really get people to really touch the dApp. Although I will likely show it off, kind of, not like directly, but just more like just saying, oh yeah, and we're running this transparently using Giveth, but not try to like get anyone to go to the actual website. So amend and clarify, starting the, I will start the campaign tomorrow. Any objections? Proposal passed. Let's see, what's the next one? Is it EdCon, Wojtek?
Right, so I've just realized that the EdCon registration started already, and there's only 500 places. So what I really want to solve right now is, are we paying some sponsorship or something? And are we getting tickets with that or not? Do we need to buy a ticket separately, basically right now? Because I'm pretty sure it will be gone very soon. So I don't know if this is more like a proposal. Okay, are we doing a sponsoring, or is everyone buying a ticket alone? I guess that's more like a question, right?
A clarifying question. Well, clarifying question. Do you know how much tickets are?
So it's 700 for a standard ticket, 350 for developer. Right now, there's still early bird for 560.
Any other clarifying questions? So, do you have a proposal?
The proposal is to do a reaction route, I guess. What do you think on a DEF CON? Are we going to be sponsors? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you don't get to react, Wojtek, so we need to hear your opinion too.
Okay. Well, I think that we just buy the tickets ourselves.
So, to clarify, your proposal is people should buy their own tickets for AdCon.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I think reaction round. Who wants to start?
I can
It
go.
was Oz.
No, go ahead, Oz.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I think that makes sense, given the fact there's different ticket prices. It seems that's how it goes whenever we do big ticket things, like Burning Man. It's like everyone tries, you got to get your own ticket, really. And then once after that, maybe circles can pay people back depending on the situation, if appropriate. Passing on to Chris.
Thanks. Yeah, actually, I posted it just before the meeting in core team because this was on our list in communication. So as far as I know, so Griff and Jordi are speakers. Griff is for sure, so I'm on the website. And we were going to do there like a super demo as well. My question is if Griff gets extra free tickets as a speaker, and who Griff or other people would want to see there. So I think personally, my question is, who do you guys want to see there? I think because I cannot make an estimation if it makes sense because I've never been to AdCon. I don't know what it is in comparison to DEF CON, if it's more or less dev focused. And I can follow up for sponsor of Griff are not doing this. So this is my reaction also in core team. And I pass it on to to Kai.
I don't know so much about AdCon, but I think every circle should decide for themselves who needs to go for them. And if people want to go in private, they can go private. I will not go. Satya?
I'm not going, but I have no opinion really. I have no opinion, so nothing to say. Alex? We don't hear you. Alex, we don't hear you. You're muted.
He has a bad connection, so better pick someone else.
Edu.
Well, okay. My intention is go to this conference. So in any case, I'll buy a ticket. So if later circles decide who comes, it's fine for me. But I go in any case. So next one, Griff.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm speaking at it, and I will also I'm pretty sure we'll get us a demo, so that'll be cool. As far as tickets, yeah, I think everyone who wants to go should get their ticket. And it's one of those things that each circle can figure out on their own if they want to sponsor the ticket or not. But I don't think the government circle will sponsor anyone's tickets. It is a very much a developer-heavy conference, but I think that we can do things. I don't think we need a sponsor this conference. But we'll see. Maybe that'll change as we get closer. How about Arthur?
So yeah, I'll probably go since this is a developer conference and there'll be a lot of people that we can try and snatch up. But I think that it might be smart to, in the future, just sort of put forward a general governance rule where conference decisions and funding decisions related to conferences in general are handled on a circle-by-circle basis. Because it seems like that's been the trend. I'm not necessarily trying to bundle that into this proposal, but I think that might save us time in the future, considering that we're seeing a pattern. And I will pass it on to who needs to go? Who still needs to go? Anybody?
I still need to go.
Oh, right, because of mic issues. All right, Alex.
So I agree with that. It's pretty good, but I think ticket. Circle if they will refund the cost of the ticket.
Your mic is so bad.
Is there anyone else who needs to go? Okay, Wojtek, I'm going to clarify.
Okay, so we do not sponsor the event as we thought before we might, and it's up to every circle to decide. And everyone buys their own ticket.
Yeah. Any objections? Proposal passed. Okay, meeting structure. I think that was Sacha.
Yeah, so my question is that we have this check-in and check-out, and the check-in is like we do this after we all say that we're here and what we done this week, and also every week we have the same things like distractions. I'm not distracted. Actually, I think you should not come to the meeting if you are distracted. And the intention is like, okay, whatever. So I don't really care about this round. It takes like 5 minutes at least. So my proposal is to drop the check-ins because we're already checked in. That's my proposal. And the checkouts are okay because everybody says, oh, that was a fun meeting, and we say goodbye. But it's especially, I propose to drop the check-ins.
Hey, this is Oz. As a clarifying question, maybe, would it be just as good if we dropped, if the check-in was just also the status thing? Would that be
exactly.
the equivalent proposal? So it's not necessarily dropping the check-ins, but being like, hey, all we have is one check-in round. That includes status. You can put that video wherever you want. There's no point in doing it twice.
Yeah, that's almost a reaction, but...
That was totally a reaction. Sorry about that.
So you can pick somebody else.
Passing it to Edu.
Well, for me, being more efficient is important, and I think that sometimes the meeting get a long time. So for me, it's fine. It's not a problem. Cut off the meeting a little. So I pass to Griff, for example.
To Griff, right?
Yes. Griff?
Oh, hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I am excited to drop the video at the beginning of the meeting. That should save us all some time. Once we have videos in the DApp for milestones and implement video required for milestones, I think that'll be cool. But in the meantime, yeah, I think integrating it into the video sounds fine. Into the weekly check-in sounds fine to me. Let's go with Wojtek.
Yeah, just let's put the check-in inside of the video part. Who didn't go?
I didn't. Are you muted? So thanks. So the thing is, with the meeting structure, the check-in is a bit awkward. So yeah, we should merge it with the video thing. I think in total, this meeting should. I hear myself double, Griff. Sorry. Hello? Okay, better. I think in general, this kind of meeting will be even more of like a check-in. So I think that the check-in itself, what people did this week, should even be longer a little once we go to Lumio more for the decision making. To have yeah, that's also part of the next thing. I give it to Chris.
Yeah, I've never seen this check-in as too long. It takes a minute or so, I think, to do the rounds. But yeah, if everyone agrees on this, then we integrate it in the other thing. So, and I pass it on to. I think we all went. Yeah,
Alex.
so pass it. Alex?
I still need to go.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, I'm in agreement. Let's get rid of it or add it and get rid of it by adding it to the check-in. And I guess, am I the last one?
Me, I need to go.
Okay.
So yeah, I agree it's fine to combine it, but I do think it's important to have a space for this information. Most of the time I agree that people are just like, yeah, no tensions, no distractions. But on the rare time that somebody actually does have a valid distraction, especially things like tonight, situations where somebody's leaving early or something, like that's good to know. So as long as it's combined into the video, I don't have a problem. But I do think that it's important to have a space where these things can be voiced. And I think that's everybody.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I should propose that Amanda clarified. The proposal will be that the check-in is what you did last week, and if you have anything to add, like I need to leave the meeting in 30 minutes, you can say it there. And then we get rid of this additional round that we do every week. That's it. Any objections?
I guess just to clarify, and so we're keeping the two things that go, the three things that are in the toggle on, toggle off, the distractions and intentions, and or are you saying that we should get rid of all of those? We're keeping those three and just combining them, right?
Yeah, I would say if you don't have anything to say there, why mention it? That is my. I don't want to say every week we say the same thing. I have no distractions. My intention for this meeting is to be short. It's like, okay, it's like useless information. So let's make it useful, and just say what you did. And then if you have anything else to add, like I need to leave early or I'm sick, it doesn't. If you're sick, yeah, it's not. It's even useless information. It's not influencing the meeting. It's like, okay, if you're too sick and you're distracted to come to the meeting, don't come to the meeting. I think I don't understand the point of the distractions anyway. I mean, you come to the meeting to do the meeting, so why would you do a meeting if you're distracted? It's like, I'm coding, but I do the meeting. Or, I don't, yeah. It's, okay, for me, this is like,
proposal.
So my proposal is just say what you did last week. If you have anything to add that will influence the meeting, like you're leaving early, just add it in your round, in your turn.
Okay, I object. I object. No, I think I strongly oppose this. I actually really think that we need to leave a space open for these three things: toggle on, toggle off. I guess So we have kind of gone to this point where we don't say toggle on, but then it's like, okay, are you forgetting it? But I think that's okay because you'll only toggle off, and like that one's okay to forget. But saying no distractions, that's 2 words, and no intention, that's 2 words. I think that making sure that there is space for people to be heard if they have an intention is worth those 2 words. I feel pretty strongly about that.
Okay, so then I have a new proposal. So the person that is so first we do what you did last week, and then the last person or whatever, you, Griff, or who's ever leading the meeting, kind of, just ask, does anybody have distractions? Okay, continue. Does anybody have intentions? No? Okay.
I think psychologically there's a difference between somebody having a space that defaults to allowing you to express those thoughts and having to disrupt time to express those thoughts.
Okay. Well, is it safe enough to try?
No.
I don't think it's safe enough to try.
Yeah, so I object in the same way as Griff. Your amended proposal was that we do 1 round where you say what you have done last week, and then you say it 2 words if you are distracted or if you have an intention. I think everyone has an intention, and sometimes indeed you need to let the space to say that you have to leave early or whatever. So that's that was your amended proposal, and I think you will be able to let that one pass.
All right. Well, in that case, I just, why do you say that? Throw it off the table because I don't see any improvement. So I will drop my proposal.
Okay, proposal tabled. Next proposal is RSK.
That's also me. So, okay. So I went to the RSK meetup and I met the guys. That was very nice. And Wojtek also met them like after DEF CON. And so my tension is like, after talking, I knew about RSK and the talks that we had with them. And my tension is that, like, you know, we moved away from mainnet because Ethereum is not like performing and it's too expensive. And yeah, we were very sad about that to make the decision to move back to Rinkeby. And now the result of that is that we like focus all our energy on fixing Ethereum, building workarounds, which is really cool and interesting. But I feel that this is not really why we started Giveth, to solve this huge cause. I mean, it's okay that we work on it, but our mission is like to build, as far as I know, to build the future of transparent giving, not the future of scaling Ethereum. And that also means we like putting a lot of effort, we're spending donations on it. Well, the solution is like kind of out there, and it's called RSK. And the RSK is like a kind of sidechain. It's on Bitcoin. And what they did, do you all know RSK? So they kind of cloned, or they cloned the EVM to work with Bitcoin on a sidechain. And they say that it's 100% compatible. It works with Web3, Truffle, so it's a matter of just deploying your contracts and then everything works. And they achieve 400 transactions a second, and each transaction costs $5 cents. So that's super cheap. And that's on top of the biggest store of value in the world, Bitcoin. And their status is that they are live. Almost all the Bitcoin miners have implemented RSK. It's currently whitelisted, so you need to go through RSK to be whitelisted and to use it. But they really want us to be on RSK. They will help us get funding for it. They will give us support. And in May, it will open up to the public. And I think this is going to be major. So my suggestion is, my proposal is that from next week, the dApp circles will start working with RSK to see how we can migrate and cooperate with them and make a roadmap how we can move to RSK and make that happen, so that we can achieve our goals faster. Clarifying questions.
Clarifying question. Do you know of any other dApps that are working on RSK?
Yeah, they actually have they presented a huge list of them, including some banks in Colombia, the Central Bank of Colombia. It's quite. I can get like the overview of.
Question. My question is, do you actually know any of these people that are working with RSK?
I don't know these people, no.
Do you know how RSK gets their version of Ether? Like how smart Bitcoins are created?
No, I don't. I don't know the full technical, but I think that's something that we should figure out, right?
I guess I'll wait for my reaction now. Any other clarifying questions?
Yeah, I have a clarifying question. Has there been any analysis done on the relative costs of understanding what it would take to scale out this solution versus the relative costs of pursuing the solution that we are already working towards?
The relative what? The relative? I didn't hear you. Cost?
Like obviously this doesn't work out of the box. Like there's going to be costs to scaling out and integrating into a different solution, right?
Well,
so I mean, this isn't free. Like, is it cheaper? Is it a cheaper solution? And if so, what are the numbers on that?
Yeah, but so that's my proposal, is to start investigating that in the dApp circle. But so that would be the first step, to determine what is required for migrating and if it is really as good as possible. But if we don't spend time on it and we just, so the proposal is to start working on this. And the first step would be like investigate what is necessary and what are the showstoppers, like, and how does it compare? So these are valid questions, but I think, yeah, I mean, it sounds very promising, and they are very convinced that it's 100% compatible. And and we have to see.
I'm happy to react first, because I have done a lot of research on this, if there's no more clarifying questions. Okay, so I actually talked to those guys several times over the last year. I even presented with one of them on stage, and they have some huge issues. And we have actually an awesome solution that's basically free right now. So I don't think that there's any comparison, but they don't have a block explorer, which is the big killer. They actually have very little development going on. They have very few developers compared to the Ethereum network. We also are way better connected in the Ethereum space for support and bouncing ideas off. We pretty much have every advantage possible in the Ethereum space. And RSK has every problem that Ether Classic has, Expanse, Ella, Toma, POA network, and all the other Ethereum clones have. They don't have a block explorer. They don't have very many developers. They're desperate for dApps. They have an undeveloped ecosystem. They are newer and are basically just trying to keep up with Ethereum. So why it doesn't, to me, it makes almost no sense. That's why it hasn't really been brought up, because we actually have this solution where right now on our dApp, once we get the token in, we can actually have 0 fees The only fee is when a donor sends money into our system. They have to pay a small mining fee, and then we pay a fee when we send money out, and then everything within that system is free. And that's pretty magical, and I don't think that being even on a sidechain is going to compete with that for a long time. So yeah, this is I don't think that this has a chance, but that's my opinion. How about Arthur?
So one of the major concerns that I would have is as I understand it, RSK is essentially, like you said, in order to be on this sidechain, you have to get whitelisted or you have to get cleared. So if we're going to pursue a solution that allows for some sort of centralized authority, I don't understand why we wouldn't create that federation. It seems like in the long run, especially if the goal is to eventually remove some sort of federated control over the system, it would make more sense to be that group instead of allowing some other entity to have control over the chain that we're existing on. I'll pass it on to Wojtek.
Okay, so I mean, RSK moved quite a lot. They do have a block explorer now, so some concerns are gone there.
I have to interrupt. They have a block explorer, but they can't show internal transactions like Etherscan can. And also, I didn't finish. I forgot to mention that I do want to be on RSK, but but we got to get it working on one system first, and then we can move to other networks. Sorry.
Can somebody take over notes? Sorry to interrupt. Crosstalk.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, Wojtek.
Okay. I mean, for me, this is safe to try, and I do think that we should try that in case the sidechain solution doesn't get resolved in time. That's basically my reaction. Chris?
Yes, a few points. First of all, when Satya said Giveth is about building the dApp, I think it's important also to note that we are more than just the dApp. That's why you have the different circles. I'm not counting communication, but social coding and governance are definitely part of the Giveth system that are doing very important things, which will also promote the dApp in the end, and the dApp will do the other side. So Giveth is more than that. Working on a text with Clio, actually, that will be a sort of interviews with the different circles so that we also get more together on what Giveth is, because I think this is really important. Second point, so yeah, RSK, when first you said that we have to do this because you met them, so I think that sounds a bit biased, but I also think because then you said, yeah, well, we should research it. I think that's one of the tasks that governance should be doing, researching and reaching out with other people. But of course, if you meet whoever, that's always positive. But I think it's definitely something that governance is already doing, and in that sense, also doing the scaling now talks. So I would say, what is the task of the dApp is building, indeed, like Griff said, like a basis that works on one system. So we were now working on Rinkeby. So I would continue to make it work flawlessly on that one, and continuing to look out for other solutions so that we really build a chain agnostic solution that we then can use on RSK and on others as well. So we're moving in the right direction, I would say, and wouldn't change at this point. Edu, if you haven't gone?
Sorry, Edu, before you start. Yeah. I got thrown off by Griff. Can I finish my stuff that I forgot? What I also wanted to say is that right now we're actually modifying the dApp to work with the sidechain. So there is actually work on our side that we are doing and that is slowing the progress there. And RSK is also someone who's very much aligned with us, whereas with Ethereum we don't have that that sort of support, I would say. That's my feeling. And sorry, I do now go.
No, don't worry, it's fine. Well, my feeling, okay, I know the people from the project. I like the project. I agree with Griff about the status of the project. I think that they have a lot of work to do in the future. But for me, I think that we need to start to research another project. Okay, I mean, we need to spend some time exploring other solutions and know the problem that integrated app could happen when you start to use another chain. So for me, I think that we need to start maybe a little research, not a full work on that, but at least know the problem that we have and wait if these people resolve that problem. I don't know. For me, like we know about the parity bridge, for me it's important to know about other projects and other currencies, but not to spend a lot of time on this. At least know the blocking point of other projects. So for me, I agree, but depend on the time that the circle spend on that. So next one, Alex.
Too far in to we should wait until we're done and then move on to it if it makes sense. And I'll go with RJ. Or is RJ not in this? I'll go with Oz. No, they all left. No, okay. I think that's everybody. This is gone. Oh, Kai.
I can go. So I don't know anything about Risk, sorry, but it seems to be like an Ethereum clone or fork. I don't feel at all that there is no cooperation for us in Ethereum. There's actually a lot. There's a lot coming from this initiative as well. I feel we have a very good network effect with the scaling now investigation by Griff and this energy we put into getting all these teams to collaborate and find something. And it's funny because of course we don't hear from the Ethereum Foundation much, but they should hang back because the beauty is it is a decentralized system and we're all working on it, and there's no one we can ask, no one we should ask, and perfectly fine. And so we should build it on Ethereum like we wanted to. Actually, the network is down so much in cost. I think we could actually use the main network app now, but yeah, so we can consider stuff like all these other Ethereum forks after Ethereum is done. For me, that's the most important direction for Giveth right now. Is anybody left? So
all right. Well, I meant to clarify. You are all very enthusiastic, I hear. So that's about this. Yeah, okay. If nobody sees the point, and then we might as well not do it, I guess. So I will not continue with my proposal. And I will table another one.
Okay, then the next one is Lumio proposals 12 hours before. Is that the name of your proposal, Kai?
So the tension is governance meetings can take up a lot of time. We would like to spend the time even on other stuff, like talking to each other, updating each other on our work in progress. I will just mute Griff. So. Okay. And when using Loomio, we can take much of the time we use governance meeting for. Actually, we can take it away and can outsource it to this service. And actually, more people can partake in a larger time frame, which is nice. And the greatest thing about this is we can get rid of ad hoc proposals for these governance meetings. Like before, like with this proposal Satya just made, I think half of, or like I don't know what RSK is. So if it was a Loomio thing, I could have researched, and yeah. So this will be great in the future. So the tension is that ad hoc decisions are not good because it leads maybe to informed and rushed decisions. So the proposal is to actually only make decisions on Loomio, but discuss them on this governance meeting. And to be discussed in this governance meeting, they have to be up in a time frame. Yeah, I think we can talk about that one. It should be 4 hours, I think we just said before. Yeah, somebody else said that, but I'm fine with 4 hours. Clarifying questions?
Wasn't this proposed last week?
Wasn't this proposed last week? What?
And yeah, wasn't this proposed and passed last week?
No, last week we said that we were going to start experimenting with Loomio. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Another clarifying questions? Reactions then? Chris?
I think it's definitely a very good idea to start a discussion on Loomio, and that all first of all, again, I was not in favor, but indeed, like, let's have all proposals at least 4 hours in advance on it, and if possible, even a few days, but 4 hours at the latest. But I would see this not as decisions, because people are just, it's not always a vote thing, it's just giving your opinion. So I would say let's use it as a pre-discussion, so that when the proposal comes, it's already a more refined proposal, so that the discussion on a proposal becomes shorter. So Loomio will be good to make a more informed and more efficient governance meeting. That's my reaction, and I give it to Wojtek.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought that was the case last time. We already talked about it. I'm all for the proposal, Edu.
I agree with the proposal. So next one, Satya.
I agree. I have nothing to. It's a good plan. Chris, who did go? Alex?
I still need to go. I agree also.
Griff? You're the last one, I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think it needs to be 12 hours just because people on the West Coast, when we have this governance meeting, go to basically wake up into it. So they might need some time to see it. And that's going to be the case because of the global nature of our thing. Other than that, obviously, I think Loomio would have helped today out a lot. And proposals that are unanimous and don't even need to be mentioned, I think then the governance meeting just turns into an opportunity to voice contentious issues and determine if things are safe enough to try. So, yeah, that's it. And then clarify.
So proposal stands. No more ad hoc agenda points, and I will move the time to 12 hours before So 12 hours before the governance meeting, all proposals have to be in Lumio, posted in Lumio. And by the way, all join the Lumio, please. We have now the structure of the Give Us Lumio, and I put the link in the governance circle, chat room. Any objections? Okay.
Proposal passed. I think that's it. Just a checkout. Well, let me do the recap. So, what?
I have a proposal.
Okay.
I propose to be added to the multi out give with me, since I'm helping getting all of those on track. I think one more signature would be helpful for sometimes speeding up the process. Are there I guess reaction round if it's a fine proposal?
Clarifying question: Would we up the required signatures or keep it at 6?
I think keep it at 6.
Any other clarifying questions? Reaction round. Who wants to start?
Who's starting?
I start. Sounds great. Chris?
Sounds great. Wojtek?
Don't have a problem with that. Edu?
I agree. Satya?
Sure. Kai?
Already in
agreement? Damn it, Griff.
Sounds good to me. We might get a little bit of crap because we'll have 14 people and only signatures of 6, but as long as no one flips out over that, I'm all for it. Is there anyone else? I think that's it. Wojtek, did you go?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Yeah, then you're it's on you, Alex.
All right. So, like I said in my proposal, I think it'll help speed some of this stuff up. Like when some people aren't awake, to have me on there, and we can get our payments out faster. I guess that's it for me. Are there any objections? I can't
imagine there being any objections. So proposal passed.
All right.
Okay, so let's do a recap. The first one was scaling now. I'm gonna make a campaign for that tomorrow because it's 1 a.m. Otherwise, I'd do it right away. EdCon, we are going to. Everyone should buy their own tickets to EdCon if they want to go, and discuss it with the circles if they're going to be compensated for that. Meeting structure was dropped, and RSK was also dropped. And Lumio is now, proposals need to be made 12 hours before in Lumio for them to be proposed in a governance meeting. And Alex is going to go on the multi-sig. So let's check out. I can check out. Thanks, guys. I really hope to talk with anyone who wants to discover more about why RSK is not the best solution. I'd love to talk after this, or at least, or maybe it is the best solution. I'm missing something. So I'd love to talk to you guys after this meeting about that. And other than that, great meeting. Let's go with Kai.
Thank you, guys. Great meeting. I'm really excited to build up the Lumio, and I hope to see you all there. Don't forget to check out all our nice Lumios. And by the way, the circles that don't have a Lumio yet should think about making them one and talk to me about this. Chris.
Yes, thanks for the meeting. I think it was one of our less efficient meetings when it came to crosstalk and getting the focus of everyone, as everyone seemed to forget who had already talked. But apart from that, yeah, I just hope that that we can talk soon about what the important things are that the other circles are doing as well. So a post coming up on that, and I pass it on to Wojtek.
Yeah, good meeting. I'm definitely staying with Griff here. I want to discuss it some more to understand a little bit better. And Satya.
Yeah. Good meeting, I guess. I tabled all my proposals, so that's always good. But it was nice to see you all again. And I will also stay a little bit with Griff, because I miss him a lot. Kidding. But I will stay. See you next week. Kai, Edu.
Okay, great meeting. I feel that such a proposal be tabled is, I don't like that. I feel sorry by that, because yeah, when someone proposes something, I think that they want that, so I don't feel good for that. So maybe I stay after the meeting to listen at least. Yeah, I love that the meeting was more efficient than the old was. So good for you guys. Next one, Alex.
Thanks. I enjoyed this meeting. It's one of our shorter ones, which is very nice. Not having to stay up till immediately 4 in the morning to get things figured out, but awesome. Thanks, guys. Choose Chris.
Chris already went. Is Lansky still there? Yeah, Lansky.
Yep. Thanks for letting me. How do you call it? Toggle off. Yeah. So nothing to say. Great meeting, and looking forward to contribute if necessary some other time.
Awesome. Thanks, Lansky. Yeah, you can toggle on now next time. Is there anyone else? I think Quasi is not there, right? Cool.
Nope.
Okay. See you guys.
See you
Or
later.
stay on and we can talk about RSK.
Yeah, I will be gone for 5 minutes to grab some food, but you can start already.
Yeah, we can stream it. Might as well. I mean, hey, you never know. I'm down to wait for Satya if you guys want to take a 5-minute break.
Look at this.
Okay.
Very cool.
Let's reunite in 5. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You'll see tomorrow.
Wait. Wait.
Oh, he has one too. Oh my God, we can go racing. You got the platinum. You got the better one, right?
No.
Oh, you got the smaller one, but that's perfect. Oh. Is that the Spark?
That's the Spark.
Cool.
Nice. So this is Murray, the Giveth drone.
Giveth drone.
Yeah, say hello to Murray, the Giveth drone.
Very cool.
Yeah, you're still there, but it looks like it's blue. How's it going, Edu?
Fine. Working a lot from the DPS project. I like so much.
Oh yeah, man.
I think Jordi likes too the project. So maybe the next month in Barcelona we can make another pull to the project.
Did you call it the DPS? Is that decentralized personal server?
Yeah, this is the name I use because I don't know. I am the worst people of the world putting names, but it seems clear for me.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, Sacha, you're here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided to wait because why not?
Okay.
Yeah, so RSK, I love those guys. I'm really a big fan of that team. I think they're making the world a better place. Like, I love their side initiatives, but they have the same issues as every other side chain. And I would move to them in a second if they didn't. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel we have a lot of benefit. There's a lot of advantages to being on Ethereum. Mostly the network that Jordi and I have is very strong. And they have Ethereum is the top dog when it comes to EVM chains and using Solidity. They are pushing, they have all the best tools and everything is there. But I want to be on RSK. I just think that it's easier to first build it on Ethereum and then move it over. Now, I'm curious about the idea that we have to modify our current smart contracts to do the sidechain. The only thing we have to modify is the token, adding the token in, and that's actually really short. The big modifications that RJ is doing now is so that we can migrate. Is kind of, I don't know, I want to say almost unnecessary in my opinion. The stuff that it's not unnecessary. I mean, it's about being able to migrate if we have to and being future proof with the database stuff. And I think he would want to do that no matter what chain we go on.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that we will do a lot of unnecessary development when we're going to this solution, because we're adding the tokens, which is smart contracts, but it's also a UI that probably also results in sort of disabling just giving the money. You need to create the donation addresses on the mainnet and replace it in the app, replace the donate buttons with call to that contract and stuff like that. So I thought that it would be okay if we just right now take what we have and try to deploy it to RSK to see if it works there.
I mean, you could do that, but I'm telling you, their block explorer doesn't show anything. Like, you couldn't see if you if you're moving pledges, you couldn't see what's going on. Like, there's no way to test that. Ether coins to another, so it just doesn't work. I mean, this is the same problem with doing our POA chain. The reason we're on Rinkeby is because they have a block explorer that we can actually see what's happening in our dApp while we're building it and testing it. And the other thing is Rinkeby is free, so all the donations. I mean, that's hard to beat.
No, I think we should not stop developing the solution that we. That's not a discussion, I think. I mean, yeah, we have to put effort and work in this Rinkeby solution, but it's a really cool solution. I presented it Monday, and people were like, "Wow, this is super cool." So, yeah, we should continue that. But I think I'm also very, inspired by what RSK is doing. I don't 100% believe them, but I would like to try it out. That it's 100% compatible. We just deploy the contracts and whatever, it works. And they will give us funding to do so. So that's why I think Yeah,
I'm
we
so
are selling ourselves to audits to get funding, but we can and why can't we be on both? You know, we can be profiting from the Ethereum community, and we can be profiting from all those rich Bitcoin bastards that.
No, I definitely agree that once we have it working, once we have our DApp working, we don't even need the Block Explorer, right?
But we have our
can
DApp
actually
working.
just
That's the thing. It's
No.
never finished, the DApp. Well, the contracts are finished. It's like, okay, the UI is not 100% like how we want it to be, but the contracts are basically finished, right?
When is last? No, RJ is like in the middle of a total overhaul, and it's not just for testnet. It's because the contracts have never been audited, and the structure of them is inefficient for any kind of future migrations that we might want to do. And that would be to go to RSK or to go to ETC or Expanse or Ubiq or any of these chains. I honestly think that RJ wants to restructure this. I mean, we need to talk to him. I think that all this discussion would need to go through him, but I'm pretty sure that he would agree with me on the fact that our contracts. Oh, hey. That our contracts are not anywhere near done. But once they are done, then we can just deploy to RSK. But I feel like that's unnecessary complications when we can't even figure out the culture around creating milestones, right? And like, we need a beta test with users, and then when we feel like we can, once we've opened it, and take out a whitelist, that's when I start looking at other deploy to. But until then, it seems like we're putting the cart before the horse. Like, we need to just stay focused on building the DApp and getting it working and taking care of the 100 issues that are on GitHub, and then look at where else we can expand and deploy to. And RSK that's high on the list. I mean, I'm following their project really closely. I can tell you how it works. I can tell you what, the pros and the cons. And I mean, ask me some questions and I'll tell you what I know. It's not like